Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 244. Hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. Welcome to the main event.
It's the Success Sensei podcast main event.
Hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. A quote by Jerzy Gregorek. I think that's how the name is pronounced. I don't know the person, so I don't really know how to pronounce the name. I think that's right. I do know that Tim Ferriss did a TED Talk on this particular quote as well. And I purposefully have not listened to it because I want this episode to be original. Basically, I want to go off my thoughts and relate it to your thoughts, and I don't want to be influenced by his TED Talk. Tim Ferriss, by the way, if you haven't read his book, The 4-Hour Work Week, again, I haven't met Tim Ferriss, I don't know the man, but it is a very good book and it does make you think, and it's probably one of the reasons why it's been a bestseller for so long. The 4-Hour Work Week, definitely check that out. But hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. I have done similar episodes touching on the subject that this quote is alluding to. I suppose the ones that came to mind were episode 47, Pay the Price with Sacrifice, and the Success Sensei episode 158, Embrace Discomfort. So let's get into what the hell this is even about. Hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. The first thing I do want to say is that even though it says hard choices, easy life, I don't think life is ever going to be easy. Yeah, you can certainly look at somebody and think they have an easy life, but I guarantee you if you walk in their shoes, they will absolutely say that their life is not easy. And I'm sure that they have many hardships that you, me, or anyone else doesn't see. And I think that life is still complicated. Life still has hardship. Life still has disasters. I don't think you can ever have an easy life. But I do think that it can be easier than it could have been. So I do think you can make your life easier than it could have been. You certainly can make it harder than it should be. But I don't know that necessarily you will ever have a completely easy life. But, you know, it's not going to deter us from trying to make things easier for our future. And basically, if you make the hard decisions right now, when you have the energy, the time, the money, the health, the youth, and you do what you can do and you don't put off what can be done today, potentially you can make your future easier. Now, I can hear your thoughts right now saying that you don't have the time or the energy or the money or the health or maybe the youth. You might not have all of those things, but if you have any of those things and you have the motivation to do something now or to make a hard decision or to do a hard task or to make a hard choice, you should certainly do it now than putting it off, because that choice might become a hell of a lot more difficult in the future. We're all fighting on a daily basis against instant gratification. You know, it's human nature. You can't feel bad or guilty about that, because it is human nature to attempt to avoid hardship and attempt to avoid pain. It makes sense. So you need to kind of change your mindset and nearly embrace a bit of hardship. As they say in the wrestling world, embrace the grind, enjoy the hardship of the training, enjoy the hardship of the physical sport and the physical activity. By making hard decisions and performing hard tasks, it does help to ensure a better tomorrow. So embrace the hardship as it may be the only opportunity to grow. You're going to grow a hell of a lot more after completing a struggle or something that was difficult, or overcoming an obstacle or a task, or making a difficult decision. You're going to grow more as a person in those moments than you ever would if you were just looking for the easy life and, avoiding all of that type of hardship. Now, there is a warning with this, because anytime you kind of talk about, subjects like frugality, or, making hard choices and working hard, anytime you kind of talk about things like this, it's very important to reiterate not to completely sacrifice your daily happiness and obviously the happiness of those people around you in the pursuit of extreme day-to-day living in the hope for a better future that you may never experience. So you could absolutely make your day-to-day miserable and justify it for a better future. But I mean, that's not the way to go. That's the extreme. People can flit from one extreme to another. They can, live, as a life of as little responsibility as possible, are suddenly swapped to the other extreme of living a grueling, hard life that is making you miserable and the people miserable around you. You don't have to live in the extremes. There are plenty of choices. Easy instant gratification, or a life of extreme hardship and full of misery. I suppose like what comes to mind is like a lonely miser. Happiness comes from the healthy balance of both. So enjoying the moment as well as overcoming large goals, which can help shape your future. I do think with this, by the way, I suppose examples would be handy. Examples for hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. And I suppose there's no better way, when I was thinking of doing this piece, there's no better way than to look at the 7 B's. What are the 7 B's? Well, basically brain, body, belly, belonging, bed, budget, and business. I know it's a lot of them, 7 B's, but how would hard choices, easy life, and easy choices, hard life equate to those? Well, brain is simple. It might be a hard choice to actually plan time for learning, to actually plan it and step away from all the distractions that can happen to your brain. So that would be an example of making hard choices, actually scheduling time to write or to learn and to grow your brain. Can be, it might necessarily be the easy choice. Body, obviously regular and diverse physical activity is the way to go, and it can be the hard choice, especially if it requires getting up early, or doing it after a day's work when you're tired. But those hard choices are going to pay off in the long term. Belly, we're talking about, if you haven't figured it out already, making better and consistent choices when it comes to food. So eating better for the majority of meals. It's very easy to break that one. It's hard to maintain over a long period of time. Belonging, this one refers to friends, family, and social, activity, and basically making more of an effort within mutually rewarding and positive relationships. Bed, going to bed earlier and getting up earlier. I mean, it can be a hard choice to do that. But it definitely pays off in the long run. The easier choice would be just to go to bed whatever time suits you, or to fight sleep, to watch as much stuff as possible and to fall asleep very late, and then get up very late and be on the back foot throughout your day. Budget, save more and invest more. It's simple, but it is the hard choice. And business, now business, it could be, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You could be in a career, you could have a job, it could be your own business, you could be working for someone else. It doesn't matter, but it's all to do with bettering yourself and not shying away from the challenging tasks. So that was brain, body, belly, belonging, bed, budget, business. Obviously, you need to relate all of these to yourself and your own lifestyle. To figure out what the hard choices you could make to make life easy, or maybe where you've been making easy choices which ultimately could potentially make your life hard or harder. And too many people skate through their 20s, 30s and 40s, basically piss away decades. And then as their bodies and possibly their brains start to decline and deteriorate, they regret not making the harder choices earlier on in their lives. Now that alone was probably enough to scare me into making harder choices. That statement alone, because we've all done it. You know, if it's in the past, I'm not saying, you know, be guilt-ridden about it, but certainly going forward, start making changes, whatever changes you need in order to make, you know, life easier for your future, but in a balanced way that you're not making your day-to-day life miserable. Hard choices, easy life. So basically, don't put off for tomorrow what can be done today. Make the hard choices now and take on the hard task. The enjoyment does come from overcoming a struggle and knowing that each decision could positively improve your future and the future of those around you. Easy choices, hard life. So there is so much societal pressure to go the easy path. It's easier now than ever to go the easier path and to make the easier choices, to be distracted, to opt for comfort and convenience, and not to be able to see the long-term negative effects of these easier decisions. There could be a big price to pay for always taking the easy way out. And again, we're talking about balance. It is possible to balance it out. And what came to my mind was to be an absolute goal-achieving savage who also frequently stops to smell the roses. I don't know what image, you know, comes to your mind when you're thinking of balancing out hard choices for an easier life and reducing some of the easier choices for a hard life, or what life you imagine. As a martial artist, it's very easy to imagine a warrior who's also an artist. That's a good example of balance to myself. And I suppose in a more modern example would be basically somebody who is hardworking and striving, but who also doesn't forget to make time for others, as well as practicing gratitude. For me, I think that's a pretty good example of somebody who's making the right decisions and somebody who's winning at life. I would absolutely love your input. Hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. What do you think? What do you think about my examples? What examples do you have? Where in your life do you think you could improve? Where do you think you could taper down? What excesses could you get rid of? What abundance could you add? Let me know. I hope you're having a good one. Message me anytime at thesuccesssensei.com. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.